Moving on to episode 7, and I know I usually have a gag about what I think the episode will be about, just based on the name, but even I can't misconstrue a title like Trail of the Missing Tails. It's an elaborate fart joke, obviously. We start with some mad scientist rambling on about needing Sonic for something, but it's super vague. But you know, he's an evil scientist in this series. You know, without even the name drop, he's gonna be deeply connected to Robotnik somehow. Back in the realm where things make slightly more sense, we see Coconut making a chili dog trap. Remember Coconut, the monkey badnik from the first episode? Yeah, honestly, I only remember this thing because he's in the intro. Anyway, he struggles to set up his trap, and we see Scratch and Grounder making their own traps for Sonic. Honestly, the chili dog is probably enough. If you want to be safe, just put it underwater. This is all overkill. Not that it matters as the Dumb and Dumber's traps backfire on them as well, and karma catches up to all of us after all. Sonic finally shows up and smells the chili dog and somehow manages to make Tails want it too. Don't ask why, but yeah, Tails is here and wants the chili dogs. This being despite the fact that Sonic knows and calls it out for being one of Robotnik's. Just from the smell. A true connoisseur of the chili dog. Tails nosedives in anyway, even after calling it out for being a trap. This must be before Tails having a 300 IQ was canon. Sonic catches the idiot fox and stops him from going down to the obvious trap, just to go down to the trap himself. Okay, they're both idiots. Sonic reaches the chili dogs and taunts the robots? And predictably uses the traps against them. No disguises though. Funny, this would be a prime opportunity to use one. This causes a massive dust cloud to emerge, which worries Tails, so he runs in to find him. Only to fall into the mountain crater that now exists and get himself captured. Well done, Tails! You are completely useless in this show. Except for the Breezy episode, and even then only barely. Sonic goes to deliver half the chili dog to Tails because he's such a good friend, only to go running when Tails cries out for help. Sonic defeats the robots, more than they already defeated themselves. They are also very, very dumb in this show. Sonic tells Tails off for leaving unprompted, and I mean, conflict is over, right? So, where's the Sonic Says? Oh, right, this guy, the not Robotnik mad scientist. Next scene we see Sonic walking up only to discover Tails is gone. Robotnik tells off the trio for being incompetent, but forget that nonsense, the statue is back! After a long hiatus, my beloved has returned to me. And welcome back to Statue Watch. Oh, well, you get the idea. Look at all these beautiful statues. This episode had 5, count them, 5 new statues. That doubles our statue count on its own. Fortunately, I don't have a lot to add to really any of them. A lot of them look very similar, just very low detail. The third one is definitely the most noteworthy, and even then, it's very dull looking. Like, the most interesting part about it is the fact that Robotnik's able to stick out of his belly button. Anyway, moving on back to the episode. In the future, I am definitely going to not show every single statue from every episode anymore, because the screen's already cluttered. Sonic goes in to question Robotnik, and Robotnik is making some very suggestive poses. Seriously, if someone told me they developed a fetish over this episode, I would believe them, full stop. Ace Detective Sonic the Hedgehog is looking for Tails. I know because he has a magnifying glass. And he finds a trail of footprints. For someone that can and regularly does fly. May your brilliant mind never fade, Sonic. The Dimbots try and fail to slow Sonic down as he enters into the Warp of Confusion, the same place as the mad scientist from before. And oh look, it's Tails! See, he's doing fine. Rope bondage notwithstanding. I'm telling you, this episode messed up some kids way back in the day. We finally get to see the scientist's face as he gives his sob story. Basically, Robotnik, his cousin, banished him here into the Warp of Confusion for being crazy, which he is. Robotnik tracks them both down and battles him in a fish fight. It doesn't make any more sense in context, trust me. Sonic frees Tails and the two attempt to escape, breaking up the fight as now all parties are trying to catch Sonic and Tails. For 5 seconds before they start fighting again. Scratch, Grounder, and Coconut are unfortunate victims in their attempts to try to stop them and are turned into giants, after which they decide to turn on Robotnik for being so mean to them. Long overdue if you ask me. Remember which idiots we're talking about though. They destroy the control panel which detonates the entire realm because of course it does. Sonic and Tails escape, though the realm implodes before the rest can. I'm sure they're fine though. We ended the episode back in the Warp of Confusion with Robotnik and Warpnik. The other scientist is named Warpnik, by the way. Yeah, those two are back at their fish fight as the still enlarged Scratch, Grounder, and Coconut watch from the sidelines, enjoying every second of it. The Sonic Says is about memorizing your local area code. A little dated of a message given most phones automatically detect your region these days, but still somewhat relevant. Okay, 7 episodes down. I'd rank this one at the bottom, honestly. Not a lot happens. The first several minutes could have been cut at the expense of nothing. and even the cartoon shenanigans are pretty tame compared to normal, with the jokes being pretty rough. Though this episode did give me the statue's return in the best way possible, so it's okay, I forgive the You episode. Thank you all for watching, I'll see you all next time. Take care, stay safe, have a good one. Bye-bye!